right, everybody, we're going to kick off our preview show this week with the Fyffe Red Devils and Red Bay, all the way from the state line of Mississippi. Huge matchup. Red Bay is undefeated region champs, and they're rolling into Fyffe with a lot of confidence. They have a very big, very physical football team that runs a lot of I formation, power I. They try to demoralize teams. They try to pound on you until you quit, and they've been doing a pretty good job of it all season. So I know Fyffe's going to take this team very, very seriously. They'll put you in the mindset of an old school, 80s, early 90s when the I, basically out of the wishbone into the I formation, kind of like a Hoax Bluffish type team when they're rolling with Darien. Here's the thing. Here's the good part about it. The good part about it is it's hard to out-Fyffe Fyffe. And when I say that, I mean getting physical.
Well, I think if there's one team that can do it, it's Red Bay.
Think Red Bay can? If there's a team that can do it.
If there is a team, and I think there is a team. I think when Red Bay seen the opportunity to play Fyffe in the third round, I think they were excited about it. They played in 2015, and it was a 14-7 game, but Fyffe barely got out of there with a win. So, there could be. I doubt that maybe if there's a freshman there, but I know they all still remember that game. Right now, Red Bay is just firing on all cylinders, especially defensively. They allowed 7 points to Cedar Bluff in the first round and 6 to Sulligent in the second round. So they better take them seriously.
They're good.
They are.
They're really good. And you can't overlook a team like Red Bay. Red Bay's undefeated.
Yeah.
I
mean, a lot of people are not familiar with Red Bay because they're so far over. And if you're not keeping an eye on them, they'll sneak up on you, which is what they've done to a lot of teams. Well, every team they've faced, they're undefeated.
Yeah. Coach Benefield definitely not going to let them. Coach Benefield won't let them sneak up if they're playing the Sisters of Mercy.
No.
He's going to watch film on the Sisters of Mercy, and he's going to prepare for the Sisters of Mercy.
Well, here's my thing, and I've always wondered this because coaches will always say, "Oh, well, they're a good team," and then the players will find out, "Oh, they're not really that good," And then sometimes the players, which I'm not saying they are, I'm not saying they will, but sometimes the players will start going, my coach just saying that. Well, he means it this week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're a good team. There's no doubt about it. I mean, they've been outscoring their opponents on the year. Was it 430-something to 100-something?
Yeah, 425 to 122.
Yeah.
I mean.
Fortunately for Fyffe, it's at home.
They got that going for them.
They're definitely going to help Fyffe out, and not trying to jinx nobody, but Fyffe's starting defense still hasn't gave up a touchdown all season, so that's huge.
Yeah, I expect this to be a really low scoring game. I could see somewhere along the lines of 14-7, like it was back in 2015.
Think so?
I do. I could see this being a 3-point game. Does Fyffe kick field goals?
Oh yeah, man, Dalton. He's a savage. Change his shoes. They run him a shoe out there. Puts it on. Straight on kicker. He's good though. He's good.
I can see this coming down to a last second field goal.
40 and in. I think Dalton's good. I think I'm good. Straight on kicker.
I don't know about Red Bay's kicker, but I could see points are gonna be very
at a premium.
Yes. And if you get within the 40, you need to, I would say, kick a field goal.
What about Zach Pyron?
Good. Great.
Might let Zach just go ahead and tote it on him. Or maybe Ike.
Yeah, I like watching Ike run. Him and Malachi are very smooth, fluid, can get,
shifty kind
yeah,
ish.
And then you bring in Dukes.
Yep.
Mike Allstott's that thing.
I like when he brings Dukes in late in halves. Coach has a tendency to roll him out there when it's getting late in the first half or late in the second half.
That's got to be just frustrating.
It's demoralizing.
It really is, because
tackling Pyron all night is not fun for people.
And he's big.
Byron runs behind his pads.
Yes.
And he is very hard to get down.
He's very deceiving, if that makes sense. He runs with a lot of anger. I guess.
Oh yeah. I still think he's man. He can throw it. He can run it. I still think, man, he's a sophomore, and that's crazy, man.
Yeah, I remember last year when they told us, oh, he's a ninth grader.
You said I'm talking about the quarterback.
No, not. I'm talking about number 5. Wait, ninth grade.
He's ninth grade.
You're a liar.
Good stuff. That was good stuff. But give me your final. I know we don't do predictions, but
I won't pick the winner, but I will say I think this will be first to 17 wins.
First to 17.
I think it'll be 17 and under for both teams.
First one to get 17 points.
I think 17 will be enough to win this game.
17.
I mean, Fyffe, yeah, okay, look, if you look at Fyffe's record, they've been scoring a lot of points, but that's Red Bay's on a different level than
What they've been playing is what you're saying?
what they've been playing. I think Red Bay's going to come in and it's just going to be every yard. You're going to have to fight for every yard. That's both teams. Red Bay's going to have to do the same. They're going to fight for every yard, and it's just going to be a tough physical game.
I don't know if you can out Fyffe at Fyffe. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, definitely playing at Fyffe is going to be
Out Fyffe at Fyffe.
Yeah.
I was thinking Fyffe and that. No, I can't say that.
Well, you can, kind of curve straight this thing because you can't predict a score because you're going to be covering the game. So
Herb streak it.
Yeah. But
your point prediction, the first one to 17.
I picture something around 17 to 10.
I pictured they'd have close to double that in the first half.
Think so? Maybe. I mean, it's possible.
I think this will be Ramburn-esque type game.
I don't know. I'm not saying that.
That's no disrespect to anybody.
I'm not saying that.
We don't just score because
Nothing against the teams that Fyffe has played yet, but I think this will be different.
Well, the radio network guys last week helped Fyffe.
Yeah,
The Ramburn Radio Network guys helped Fyffe last week.
Yeah, if I was the head coach at Ramburn, I'd say something to them.
That was good stuff.
But
shout out to Mr. Gunnar Hollis, though. There is a recruiting person hit us up
you remember when I went and
about
watched?
Gunnar Hollis, and I said I didn't know him personally.
I watched Ohatchee and Ramburn, and I said, hey, Christian Smith, he gets all the highlights, but Gunnar Hollis is the workhorse.
Gunnar Hollis
And
had
he's a beast.
a coach in Arkansas, a JUCO coach in Arkansas that Dindy plays for, tried to contact us about Gunnar Hollis.
Really?
Yep. And I said I didn't know him personally, and I don't cover them, so I can't really speak on him. I said I watched him play Fyffe, but that's probably not the tape you want to send in. That's not the tape you want to send in.
Yeah.
I said, now you can watch some of his other tapes, but that's not the tape you want to send in.
I've watched some of his highlights. He's an absolute just savage on defense and offense.
Wasn't a big fan of the purple hair dye he had in last week, or the purple face paint. I
didn't see that.
That's kind of strange, but we're going to move on, man. Let's move right into Central Clay, man.
Central Clay versus Madison County.
Lead us off on this one, buddy. I'm going to pull some stuff up while you're doing that.
To be honest with you, I don't know much about Madison County, but I do know Central Clay.
Well, I don't either, but I do know they're in trouble.
But they are in trouble. I was looking at point spreads right before we turn the camera on, and
Which we do from time to time.
we'll look at it just to kind of get a feel for what other people are thinking. And usually we can look at a game and they'll have the point spread and we'll say, oh, that's way too low or that's way too high. but I had no idea. I don't know much about Madison County, and Central Clay is a 19-point favorite. And I'm going to tell you this: these rankings, they've been underestimating Central Clay all year long. Central Clay is the defending 5A state champs. They lost to Jasper in the regular season, double overtime, and they avenged that loss 20-7 in the second round. The other loss was to Mortimer Jordan. Nothing against Mortimer Jordan. Mortimer Jordan is a great team, but Central Clay made a lot of mistakes, especially in the first half of that game. They battled back, made it a close game. But one thing I will say about Central Clay is they will play you however you want to play. If they need to be in the bone and run it, they're very comfortable doing that. They're also very comfortable in 4 and 5 wide. So they are they can pretty much camouflage whatever they're going to do, which I did see this last week. They lined up in the bone, and it was their regular bone personnel, and they got a call from the sideline, a sign from the sideline, and then they went 4 wide.
Out of the bone?
Out of the bone. And it was, nobody was out of position. They've got Quentin Knott, obviously, is back there. J.D. McNeely.
What's my man Woods at, my Facebook buddy?
Oh, he's out there. He's catching passes. He's the deep guy.
He's the real deal.
Yeah, he's him and Cade McCain are leading the receiving core.
So that's the team that barely beat Alexandria last week.
Is Madison County?
Yeah, they beat Alexandria by 1 point. They lost to Gunnersville this year, and they lost to Buckhorn this year. And they beat Arab 56-42. But I'm looking at who all they've played. Their schedule is weak as water, really. I mean, it really is.
But we've been preaching all year long that 5A Region 5 was one of the toughest regions in the state. And, well, I think we were proven right. It's no longer an opinion, it's a fact, because 3 out of the 4 teams in the north are 5A Region 5. And if Central Clay wins, we're going to have a 5A Region 5 championship. Semifinals
Yeah.
for the north. So, because you got Center Point taking on Mortimer Jordan.
Dude, can you imagine? Center Point's the only team that beat Mortimer Jordan this year. Either one of them 2 teams is dangerous, but this game right here, we don't do predictions, but I'm telling you this right now. If I've ever said this before, Madison County is in trouble.
Yes, I believe so.
I don't know how they beat Alexandria. Alexandria beat Sylacauga and was playing tough. I mean, Alexandria is led by an 8th grader right now. They're one of the youngest teams in the state. Good things are on the horizon in Death Valley.
Very well coached team, Coach Ginn.
He had that look in his eyes, man, that playoff look. He was fired up, brother. Exercising some of those demons with his dad. There's something going on down there in Death Valley this year in the playoffs. Led by an 8th grade. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm looking at Madison County's schedule and who they beat and how they beat them. They're in trouble.
They are. And, I don't want to... I'm not trying to provide Madison County with bulletin board material. I do not want Central Clay to take this game light, take this game easy. I just call it like I see it. And Central Clay should win this game going away.
I agree, 100%.
A lot like last year. Last year they had the 3 losses, and they got hot and won a state championship. And they got 2 losses this year, but they are hot right now. They beat Jasper, number 1 team in the state, undefeated, 20-7 last week. And I went and read the Jasper newspaper, and Jasper liked to point out all the mistakes that Jasper made, but
somebody's making you cause them mistakes.
Somebody's making you make those mistakes, and not much credit was given to Central Clay or Coach Danny Horn. And I don't know. One day Danny Horn will get credit for everything he's done from everybody else. He's getting the credit from us, but
people go back and
it's truly an honor to sit there and watch him every week.
it's tied for the most rings in history.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, you can theorize all you want and speculate. I'm going to tell you who the next coach is going to be.
Where?
He's there now.
His son?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good coach. Offensive coordinator. The defensive coordinator's been with him, I believe, his whole career. Good coaching staff. Just a well-coached team. And
great town.
yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed my time there this year. And
What would you make the point spread in the game?
28.
What would the over-under be?
45.
About right.
I think so.
What would you say Fyffe's point spread would be?
17 to 10. I'd put him at a 7-point favorite. Oh, I didn't. Wow, you tricked me on that one. I do think Fyffe will win 17 to 10.
Well, you can. We'll get
I wasn't going to give a prediction. I just said the winner will be 17 to 10. But
we done.
yeah,
Shut it. You going straight into Georgia?
yeah, we're not going to discuss it, but other games to be aware of.
Piedmont Geraldine?
Piedmont, Geraldine, Anniston. We could have an Anniston Jacksonville rematch in the semifinals. That region is another region, 5A region 5, and what is that region? 4A,
Region 3. Regions 4A.
region 6.
Yeah, 4A Region 6.
Yeah, the Jacksonville, Anniston, Aniana, Hopes Bluff, Cherokee County region, and then you got Piedmont barely squeaked by Geraldine a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then you got Walter
Geraldine's
Wellman.
back running the ball really well. Walter Wellman, the bad thing about that one is they lost Randolph County earlier this year. Now they got to go to Randolph County in the playoffs. It's not on the hill in Walter Wellman. So it's going to be that's going to be a really tough game for Coach Smith.
To me, it almost feels like you had the advantage if you lost the first game.
Well, not everybody's got Horn. So
yeah. It's just hard to beat a team twice in 1 year.
Well, I was about to say some bulletin board material on that.
Yeah, try to stay away from bulletin board material.
But going to Georgia game now.
Yeah, so we'll cut it right here.